Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, let's. It's very early in the morning, so please forgive me if I stumble more than usual. It's it's time to move on. I was going back and double checking one of the videos I've already recorded, and I noticed that this new microphone is better than I thought. It did not pick up the notification from my text messages. I was like, oh, that's so nice. So I don't need to kind of explain anything about the text messages, because I was like, and there were several other. Oh, that's a lot of goblins. That's a lot of goblins. I don't need to sit there and worry about people being annoyed by hearing the notification on my phone. I was very pleased with this new mic so far. All right, let's pay attention here. So, Van Dyne, give me a bard song, por favor. We've got 2, 3, 4 goblin archers. I'm sure that there are more in this area here. So 4 melee in sight, 4 archers in sight. Let's put Peepos. And you know what, Van Dyne, actually, you should probably use your sleep here. I think right about there. Because he'll come in, these might move up a little bit. Take at least 3 out. Let's get Peepos on that archer. Rachel, hang out. We're gonna put Borton on this goblin. Actually, let's just move him up. Phallic, you go get on that back archer. Rachel, see if you can move up, and if she can't hit this archer, maybe it'll be enough. She'll be close enough to where we can give him a penalty on his attack rolls. And then we will have Maven also attack that archer. Yeah, there's that. Oh, okay. Good thing Borton didn't attack any of those. So Borton, hang out. Get on this guy. Now we'll have Van Dyne. Bard song. Perfect. 1 archer down. Rachel, go. Phallic doesn't need help. Rachel, get over here and get on this goblin. That's a goblin marshal. We'll put Borton on him. Matter of fact, you should probably start using your armor of faiths. Gentlemen, you attack. Phallic, keep going. Borton attack. Rachel, kill that. Alright, so that archer is down. We'll put... yeah, put the range on this guy, because for some reason he wasn't doing anything. He looked like a melee. Take 2 ranged, get on him. Borton and Rachel. Get on this guy.
You didn't see that.
Phallic, you struggling with that goblin archer? Oh shit. Got one attacking Phallic from the ledge there. I'm gonna send Rachel over here. No, I'm not. Back up. I'll put Rachel on this guy. We'll put Borton on that guy. Damn, that's a lot of goblins. Phallic, dude, you're embarrassing yourself. You're struggling with a goblin archer. You have not hit him once. What have you had? 500 swings? Alright, anyway. Ranged. get on that archer in the back. Borton, get on that archer. Rachel.
I need healing.
Jesus. Maybe that's ambitious. What are you doing? I'm gonna have to look to see if there is a way to get the game to automatically put your or equip a new stack, because he just straight up walked up to that goblin. You know what? Let's put Peepos. Let's put a dagger on him. Get him close to the goblin. Give him that penalty to his attack rolls. Thalic finally managed to kill that goblin he was struggling with. I mean, you even had the bard song going, brother. Oh shit. I was like, well, we can attack now. Now that we dwindled down that group, but too late. Thalic embarrassed himself there. Is there no way out of here? Well, this is clearly not the way to... There's a cave. Hello. Those look like +1 arrows. Borton, give me armor faith. Thalic, you were the closest, so get on that beetle. Actually, Thalic, here. You get on that beetle. Borton. Yeah, Thalic, you just chill out right here. Okay. Borton, get up here. Well, it took them a hot second to attack, didn't they? Or didn't it? Thalic, go. Rachel, get on that one. Bard song is going. Ranged. I think I want you to move here. Peepos, grab those. We can't identify those yet. Help Thalic out. Apparently he needs it. Borton. Thalic, get on that one. Hey. Look at all those misses. I think I'm just gonna keep the Bard song going. Hey, I love that sound. With as much as, oh, 2. Van Dyne and Peepos. No proficiency slot, but we did finally get him. Yes. Give me a second sleep. 3. Mabin got it too. He got his level up. Additional level 1 spell. Thank you. You know, I think I actually like a magic missile over a second sleep. That way we could have some quick interrupts and not rely on our not so ranged to interrupt it. And Mr. Peepos. Thaco reduced. 8 hit points. I like that. Lore increased. More lore, the better. We could actually get up to 100 fine traps right now. I think I like that. Yeah, I think I like that. We'll leave it at 100 for now. Then we'll start putting. Do I rush to 100 open locks? Because I'm definitely going to be getting detect illusion. I don't want to mess with invisibility, getting backstabbed, and everything else. But I'm not sure how often I'm going to be coming across characters that backstab because I still have the mindset of the Baldur's Gate 2 playthrough that I did where I pumped up the settings to almost completely maximum on and once I hit throwing a ball, just the backstabbing from assassins and nonstop gulping of potions and God, even in the same thing with my black pits, especially the black pits. You know, people going invisible constantly. I'm not sure how the actual base rules, like you got core rules here, and difficulty hard is middle right. All opponents do 50% more damage against the party. Core rules, middle. AD&D second edition rules apply. Hit point rules are random. No, they're not. We change that. We get maximum because that's just better. Party members can permanently die. Yes. Spell learning has a chance to fail. No, it doesn't. I shut that off. Opponents do full damage, but it doesn't say anything about mage spells and stuff like that. I prefer mages. I just want every character from the enemy side to use everything they have available to them. And I don't think on these sliders that they do that. But I know the higher up you go, it's like right here. Insane. Yeah, it's like if you go all the way to insane, all the way to the right, all opponents do double damage against the party. I mean, that's not that's phony difficulty. It's not fun. I truly wish SCS worked on Icewind Dale, but we can only work with what we're given. So, but I guess we'll find out if characters will do double damage. Not double damage. We'll use all their abilities and whatnot. But I still think Detect Illusion's worth doing. And off to Koldahar.
Fighting their way through the goblin-infested valley of the pass, the survivors of the doomed East Haven expedition at last came upon the small hamlet of Kuldahar. Nestled within the roots of a massive oak tree, the tiny cottages were a welcome sight for the weary travelers. As the party approached the town, a warm breeze blew over them, chasing away the chill of the frozen pass, and carrying with it the sweet scent of cooking fires.
I'm gonna let the end of this scroll up just in case anyone wants to read it. Someone's hearing impaired, or they just have the thing muted for whatever reason. Boy, they could have sped this up a little bit at least. Jesus. I think most games just don't get it right on these scroll speeds. It's either too fast or too slow. Look at that. He finished talking 7 hours ago, and it's fine. The scroll finally just got up. Jesus. Who are you? Hello, Nate. I knew you'd make it through. I just knew it. Who are you, and how did you know we were coming? I'm Nate. Arundel said that help was on its way. I've been out here every day keeping a lookout for you. Where's the rest of your army? Are you just scouts or something? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we're alone. Alone? I thought for sure that the 10 towns would send an army to help us. Wait till Arundel finds out it's just you. Uh, who's Arundel? Arendel's my friend. He's the oldest and smartest man in the whole world. He could talk to animals, you know. You should probably go see him. He'll be wanting to talk to you. Very well. Where can we find this Arundel? He lives across the bridge on the other side of the brook. Just look for the house with the 3 big rocks out in front. Alright, thanks, Nate. Farewell. Girth's equipment shop. Let's go see old Girth. Alec, you need to stop walking behind counters, brother. That's bad manners. Ah, so where the wind blows, travelers seek shelter and supplies mayhap? Good day and cheer to you, sir. My name is Girth. I can tell by the cut of your cloth and your bearing that you are a visitor fresh to Kuldahar. Is there something you wish to purchase? What is this place? This is my shop, friend. I supply caravans in the shade of this great oak. This shop was my father's and my father's before him, and it dates almost 3 generations back, if you could believe it. Like many places in Kuldahar, the surrounding lands, there's much history to be found if one digs deep enough. Yeah? Well, are you a historian? Nay, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I dabble in time's passage, perhaps, but it's not a full-time occupation. Merely a hobby. I do enjoy learning more of the past and examining trinkets from around the area. Got quite a I have quite a collection. A little museum of sorts. Some call it junk, but what sort of things do you collect? Keys, notes, books on the region? If you happen to come across any of your travels, I'll pay a fair sum for them and take them off your hands. If I come across keys or books or documents that I may need later, can I purchase them back? Of course. I purchase such things only for my own interest and to preserve the history and culture of the region. They do they do not end up on a rattling caravan to some Kalansham market. That's for certain. Very well. May I see what you have for sale? So that's good to know. We could take any books that we have, keys that are, and documents that are taking up space and sell them. I mean, might as well, right? You'll buy shields, but not weapons, huh? Alright. Alright, so as of right now, I think I only want to start picking up short bows. No battle axes, no shields. Oh, yeah, let's identify this cloak. This heavy cloak was once owned by the gnomish warrior Glinglam, a rare hero among his people. Glinglam scoured gnomish lands for giants and goblins, felling them all wherever he found them. This particular cloak was made for him by his wife, Anetta, and blessed by the church of Garl Glittergold. When Glinglam was killed by a giant king, Anetta stitched a crude red heart oops, onto the breast of the cloak. He was buried with it. 20 years after Glinglam died, human thieves robbed his grave and stole the cloak. Those thieves later sold the cloak to ogres in exchange for wine and traveling rights through a particular dangerous portion of the High Moor. 1 armor class, 1 saving throws. Oh, that's beautiful. We're going to put that on board. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. All right, -1 AC. And I can't remember if I figured this out, and I can't remember if I said this in one of my previous videos or not, but just in case, if I'm repeating this, I apologize. Or if I looked at this while I was eating the other night and looking at my characters and kind of going over stats and whatnot. But I did figure out on our saving throws that what's in the brackets is what our saving throws are. This is what they are before any of our racial bonuses and any items. So if we had no racial bonus, no items, our saving throws versus paralysis, poison, and death would be at 5. But because we're dwarf, one of the quote shorty races, all of our saving throws are reduced by 1. So that would be 4. But since we have this cloak, which gives us an additional bonus to our saving throws, we are now sitting at 3. So due to our racial bonus and the cloak that we just put on, it lowered our saving throws for all these in particular by 2. So base is 5, but with all of our bonuses, we're sitting at 3. So I got that figured out. That felt pretty good. Pretty good. Just double checking. Okay. U2. Small shield. Can't identify those arrows. Anyway, can you identify those since you leveled? You increased your lore. Nope. 16 lore, 0 lore, 10 lore on our bard. Our bard should have the highest lore. That's so weird to me. 0 lore on Rachel. Woman, you know nothing. Like, okay, the fat, stupid dwarf knows more about the world than you, the bard. Worst bard ever. I do love how I can see everything here. All of the buffs we got going. You know what I'm gonna do? I just realized something. So I've built a retro machine. It would have been a top of the line machine back in 2000, 2001, 24 years ago. I built that I've got this chronic yearning for the past, right? Here's Arundel's house. That's good. But and I purchased all my old like physical CDs and copies of all my old favorite games and a bunch of games I own. I've got a bunch of them. And I just realized that I do have Icewind Dale installed in that machine, and I will play it after I do this, like do a playthrough on the original disc and whatever patches came on the original discs. But I also have the booklets that come along with it. So, yeah, I need to dig that up and keep it right next to me so I can look up things that I need to look up. That just dawned on me.
Welcome.
Oh.
I've been expecting you for some time now.
You must be Arundel.
Yes, I am Arundel, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arundel, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
Very well. Tell me, Arundel, Do you know anything about the reports of disturbances in these mountains?
Yes. It was I who sent Hallister to East Haven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Rothgar and the other members of your expedition.
Wait a minute. How do you know that Hallister died? Are you assuming he died in the avalanche with everyone else? Did someone send word from East Haven that your messenger died shortly after he arrived? Overthinking. Sorry. You know about the avalanche?
Oh yes, I know. I also know that it was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
This someone or something, I presume, is the reason you sent for help?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
Malevolent forces? Could you be more specific?
No, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
You spoke before about balance. What sort of balance are you talking about?
The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
Can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me the unnatural weather.
The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about the recent rash of abductions.
Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
That is strange indeed.
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared, Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Aiden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about the monster sightings.
As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10.
It's a lot of giants.
That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say.
I mean, if a druid doesn't recognize some sort of track of a beast, I mean that's kind of disturbing. So, all right. Well, I see. So, what are we to do about all this?
I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed.
Okay.
The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
Very well. Together we shall root out this evil that threatens this town. What must we do?
I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Alright, so we're going to pretend while that conversation was going on, Peepos slipped upstairs. Okay, well, looks like everybody slipped upstairs. Nothing. Oh, there's his bed. It's like, where's this guy sleep? Okay, I'm sorry, man. That's like a woman's bed. You know, I like the color purple, don't get me wrong, but it's purple and round, and it looks like a bed you'd find in a cat house. But whatever, I'm not here to judge.
Please,
Oh.
you must make haste. Time works against us. We must discover the source of this evil before the balance is altered irrevocably.
We already did this. Understand before I go. Tell me more about the druids. Oh, I thought I thought you should know. I came across an ogre in the pass outside of town. This ogre, who calls himself Garrig, complained to me about a sharp pain in his head. Is there something you could do to help him?
Interesting. It is impossible to determine exactly what ails him without examining him myself, but I do know of an herbal remedy that may ease his suffering. If you like, I could tell you the recipe so that you may help him help himself.
Very well. What is this recipe?
Tell him to gather a handful of frost berries that grow throughout these mountains. He must squeeze the juices from the berries into a pot of boiling tundra grass. Once mixed, the entire brew must be consumed in order for the pain to subside.
I shall tell him. I'm sure he'll be grateful. Farewell. You know, I'm kind of disappointed. Actually, maybe I'm not. I was going to say I'm kind of disappointed I don't get to hear the guy who voices Sarevok say, you must gather your party before venturing forth. But it gave me the notification 4 times. Like, you're going to spam me. Then I'm not glad that, or then I am glad that I don't hear it. Let's go tell this ogre about this remedy before we go through the rest of the town. He was in this tower. Yeah. Ow, you here again? Head still hurt. Too bad, you whiny baby. This is not... This is not what he said. He said to gather frostberries. He didn't say anything about red and purple. He said they grow throughout the mountains, not near hot springs. He did not say to mash them into a paste. He said squeeze the juice, mash them in paste and eat them. He didn't say that. He said squeeze them into boiling tundra grasses. And he did not say it only works for ogres. Hang on, that was not what he said. Everyone's got that dialogue. Well, that fixed head, I give thanks. I go make better now. Good luck, Garrig. 1,200 experience, I'll take that all day. But that was not what he said. Look, we're good characters. That didn't feel right. Oh, Thalic, we need to work on your saving throws, brother. Those are abysmal. Your saving throws are much, much, much better. Rachel, yours are really awful. Van Dyne, yours are terrible. 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 Well, maybe not as terrible, but yeah. Alright, let's get back to Coldahar and start going through the town. We just spent 16 hours to go tell the ogre how to fix his headache. Wait a minute, what's up here? Tower of Auric the Grey. How the hell did we get up there? It's a cliff. Seriously, how do we get up there? Right there. Listen to that music. You can't tell me that's not amazing. Weenog, he's got a gobble. That's right, I remember that actually. Phew. No sneak up on Weenog like that. Who lives here? Surely this tower cannot belong to you. No, tower belongs to Master. Weenog only servant. Cleans tower, makes beds, cook tasty food for the Master. The Master? Who's your Master? Auric, the Master. Great wizard, the Master is. Weenog serves the Master, so one day he can be Great Wizard too. Hey, do your goblin thing, buddy. I see. Where might I find this Great Wizard? Master is in study through door. Go in if he wants to speak to the Master. Weenog not allowed in study. Master keeps powerful magics in there. Books, papers, and wizard things that Weenog not understand. Thanks, Weenog. Farewell. Fantastic. Buy some spells. We can afford them. Well now, what have we here? It's been a long time since I've had guests. Welcome. My name's Auric. What brings you to my humble home? Finally, a wizard that's not a dick. Most of them like, oh, who are you? Why are you bothering me? I'm too important. Like that guy from Baldur's Gate 1, whatever, I can't think of his name. But yeah, he's kind of a twat. I'd like to ask you some questions about the disturbances in the past. Ah, yes, the disturbances. I'm afraid I can't be of much help to you there. I rarely leave this tower for any reason. You see, My studies prevent me from taking an active interest in the affairs of the people of Kuldahar. Their problems are of no concern of mine. Okay, well, maybe he is kind of a wizard cunt. But you live in Kuldahar. How can you not care what happens to the town and its people? I've had many homes. Kuldahar is not the first and certainly won't be the last. It is unfortunate that these simple folk have been made to suffer so, but I have no desire to get involved. All that matters to me is my work. What's so important about your work? Everything. Knowledge is the one true source of power in this universe. Everything else is fleeting. I've spent years collecting these tomes and scrolls you see before you. They're my life's work. Contained within their passages are the clues that may one day unlock the mysteries of an ancient and nearly forgotten arcane lore. What sort of arcane lore? My studies revolve around the arcane lore that deals specifically with the creation of the mythos. A mythal is a powerful elven enchantment that is essentially a weave of protective magic that can be cast over a vast area. I've discovered numerous historical accounts of elven mages laying such mythals over an entire city. Interesting. Tell me more. The details of the accounts are vague at best. The mages of the old elven kingdoms vanished long ago, retreating to the safety and isolation of the Isle of Evermeet. It seems that all their written knowledge of the mythal enchantment has vanished with them. For over a decade, I've traveled the realms searching for remnants of this, or of this forgotten lore. That is what brought me to Kuldahar. Oh, sorry. I can't stop yawning. You think the answers you seek are here in Koldahar? Not exactly. Not exactly. While exploring the fabled ruins of the Myth Dranner, I came across an old, tattered manuscript buried amid the rubble of an abandoned library. The manuscript made several references to an elven outpost located somewhere within the spine of the World Mountains. Naturally, I came here to find the settlement. Thus far, I've been unable to locate it. Well, if I come across any elven ruins, I'll be sure to let you know. I appreciate your interest. If by some miracle you do find this lost elven outpost, and happen upon any materials regarding mythos, please deliver them to me here. I'm willing to pay you a handsome reward for such a service. I'll remember that. Before I go, I'd like to purchase some spells. I see. Well, you've come to the right place. I can certainly provide you with a number of useful spells for your spellbook. Of course, I'm only willing to offer you certain spells. I fear much of the knowledge I possess is beyond your comprehension. Perhaps in the future, you may be worthy of such advanced knowledge. Alright, very well. What do you have to offer at the moment? Power word sleep. Target must have fewer than 20 hit points. Again, without my BG overlay, I have no idea. At least I'm pretty certain I have no idea how many hit points they have left. I don't hate Cat's Grace, but I need to look up exactly what affects dexterity. As a matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna find that out right now. Right meow. Did you say meow? Do I look like a cat to you, boy? What stats exactly are affected by dexterity in Icewind Dale? Oops. So your AC is improved. I knew that. Missile attacks and ranged are improved. I knew that. Reaction adjustment. Initiative. Okay. Thief skills. Got it. Certain class abilities. Archers, thieves. Mages for surviving. Frontliners who use sword and shield to attack. Okay. Couldn't hurt to have Cat's Grace. Again, as our Scorcher could be useful. Web, super useful. Web, super useful. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. Piercing, slashing, missile resistance from a cloak. That's incredibly good. Not usable by Wizard Slayer. I like the idea of Wizard Slayer so much, but they just suck so bad. Because there's so much you can't use. Okay, here's a belt for Peepos that would 5%, 10%. I would like to have those. Robe of Infusing. 2 armor class, 5 magic resistance, 5 lore. Oh, we need to buy these things. Scarab of Goodwill. Friends once per day, 5 charisma. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 charisma out of that. Bag of 10.2k. Jesus, what are these prices? You know, I wonder, since we don't have a main character, if Find Familiar will work If that will work for Maben. It should. Giving him more hit points would be huge. Man, I want these 3 items here. But I mean, you're talking 13.3k, 16.7k roughly for those 3 items. And then another 10.2k for a bag of holding. Jesus, dude. And then of course I have all my spells that I need. I'm really hoping that that we get a bunch of items so it's easy to make gold in this game, because sweet mother of God. But I think it's very important that we pick up these spells. Because I'm telling you, selling axes at 1 gold a pop ain't gonna cut it. And these short bows for 16 a pop, that ain't gonna cut it. Why did you not buy those? Well, let's give Cat's Grace to Van Dyne. Okay, good. And he's also got Horror. Good. Some cool items. Some really cool items. I like that. And well, look, this place is huge. We're going to be teleporting around a little bit here. Alright. I don't want to teleport too much because I am so unfamiliar with Icewind Dale that I don't know if like something will pop up after we talk to somebody or go out, come back. I just don't know. Oh, by the way, here's another thing that I set up, that any town that I enter, the entire map is revealed. I don't have to walk everywhere to see what's where. Because this first time I missed this shop, this Oswald's Laboratory. I missed this. That was something I set up in CD Tweaks. Ernst? Odd name. Who are you? What do you want with me? Like, you can always tell the people who are afraid. They put this stutter in there. Easy, friend. We're not going to hurt you. We just have some questions. Questions? What kind of questions? Who are you? I'm Ernst, the Potter. At least I used to be. Now I just wanted to get out of this place alive. But with all the terrible things that's happening in town, I'm too scared to step out of my own shop. Your shop? What do you sell? The shop is my home. I used to make pottery here, but there doesn't seem to be much point anymore. I've closed shop and packed my things. As soon as the pass is clear, I'm heading south to Baldur's Gate. I hear it's nice there. What can you tell me of the disturbances in the past? Disturbances? Yes. People disappearing. Monsters everywhere. Even the weather is turning against us. Nobody knows why. Not even Arundel. Well, best of luck to you. Nothing to loot. The evening shade. Aldwin, hello, sir. You looking for a room, or do you just want to let the chill in? I got no rooms for stragglers. Show some coin, or I'll show you the door. So we got a little smart mouth. Who are you? I'm Aldwin, and maybe you're having your head way up there don't make you hear so good. Do you want a room or not? My inn's the only inn in town, so don't be thinking you'd be finding a better deal elsewhere. My head may be up here, half man, but my fist will be happy to swing down and pay you a visit if need be. That's so. Well, then I got no time to sit here and brandy threats with you. Either state your business or get out of my inn, and take your stink from the road with you. So this is your inn? Yeah? Why? Somebody in town saying something different? No, just curious. You have any rooms free? You know, this kind of reminds me of the movie From Dusk Till Dawn, where they show up to that hotel and nobody's around, and George Clooney's ringing the bell and no one shows up. He rings the bell again, no one shows. He rings the bell, picks the bell up, slams it on the counter, then rings it like 5 more times, and this like 100-year-old man comes walking out. I was like, "What the hell do you want?" And he looks at him and goes, "I want a room. What do you think I want, you mean old bastard?" Oh, man. Anyway, I need to look up to see if I put the bonuses. I think I did in the CD tweaks, but we're going to go with the peasant room for the moment. So we rested. Now, while this conversation's going on, you know what? Here. We're going to go upstairs as though we rested. And Peepos is going to do his thing. And with that dude's attitude downstairs, I'm going to make sure that we look for traps. We'll give it a couple rounds just to make sure. You still can't identify that arrow. Oh. Aiden's legacy ring. That's the guy whose wife disappeared. And then he went out after her and didn't come back. This simple silver ring bears an inscription on the interior. It looks like the inscription was carved there by an expert silversmith. To the people of Kuldahar, should evening fall upon me, and my life be no more, I leave the evening shade in to you. Please care for her as I did. Aiden, last of the line of Kava. To the people of Kuldahar, should evening fall upon me and my life be no more, I leave the evening shade to you. So he left this to the people of Kuldahar, not to that little half-man twat downstairs. Good to know. Give that to Salik. I was about to say, why leave that in some obscure locked cabinet in a room that you rent? Unless he didn't know about the ring. I guess that makes sense. Well, well, well. Mr. Aldwin, let's have a conversation. So I found a ring in one of your upper rooms you might be interested in. Hey, what? You see, this ring has an inscription on the inside that looks like the real claim to this end. Why would you be the owner when this claim says different? Oh, so now you've stooped to forcing your way into locked containers in people's houses, have you? Before you accuse me of doing anything wrong, maybe you should look to yourself. You're a paladin, right? What's a holier-than-thou soldier doing forcing locks, eh? Boy, you're a little gaslighter. I can't condone the action, but there may be a larger crime that must be investigated. The fact you knew about this ring makes me even more certain that you're guilty of something. You knew this ring was upstairs all along? No, I didn't know it was locked upstairs. Look, I don't have to explain anything. You're right. You don't have to explain anything. I will take Aiden's ring to the elders of the town and let them decide how to deal with this. Perhaps they can call on Aiden's shade with the ring and speak to him about this. Justice must be served. Look, hold on. Here's what happened. First off, I never laid a hand on Aiden. So Aiden is dead. Yeah, well, yeah. But it's not my fault. I come into the inn one night after barely making my way through Coldahar Pass, see? And there he is, lying on the floor in the inn, cold as a stone. Now, I'd been through the pass before, even talked with the old fool a bit, and I knew he didn't have any family. What did you do with the body? I thought that was the guy who went after his wife. Maybe I don't know. I may be having characters mixed up here. Anyway, there'd been rumors of people missing, so I buried the body outside of town. And then, well, I dug up some pen and ink and set up the claim. Granted, I stripped him of his belongings, and I should have thrown away that damn ring. But look, I'm not doing any harm. He didn't have any family, and this town needs an inn. Okay, so I clearly have the characters mixed up. I really thought that was the guy who went after his wife. I'm trying to recall who mentioned Aiden, but maybe it was just the guy who disappeared. Or maybe disappeared 3 days back or something. So why did you do it? You probably won't be able to sell this place, you know. The storm season closes off the caravan routes too often to turn any profit. I know, it's just that, I don't know, I'm sick of traveling, and suddenly I got the urge to settle. Blame the halfling in me, I suppose. At least I didn't try to plant myself into some glorified mole burrow and smoke a stinkweed pipe until I die of boredom. While it's good you didn't hurt Aiden, you shouldn't have hid the body and falsified the claim. There were people here that probably knew him and cared for him, and they would have liked to have paid their respects. Besides, as Aiden's ring states, the inn belongs to Coldahar, not you. What you did was wrong. Yeah, well, before you start getting any more preachy on me, it seems that you need to stop your habit of breaking and entering. That stinks of a thief. And by my reckoning, that puts you about the same level as me. First of all, no it doesn't. Second of all, I didn't steal it. P-Post did. Fair enough. Nonetheless, I want you to speak to the town's elders and let them know you've done. If you don't, I will speak to them. And it'll be worse for you in the long run. Look, maybe what's to keep me from getting out of town? Well, you won't get far. An avalanche is sealed off the pass, and plus there are raiders scouring the mountains. Just confess to the elders. All right, damn it. I'll go talk to them. Now stop bothering me. Yeah, you little twat. Open your mouth to me again. All right. Borton leveled up. We're slightly past time. So we'll get him leveled up, and then we'll call it a day here. We got one priest spell. Great. So we can... So this okay. Remove fear. It's only one turn? I'm gonna take it. I wonder if that got changed, because remove fear should be an hour, or at least it's an hour in Baldur's Gate. One turn, that sucks. I guess if a horror goes out, I don't know. I mean, we should have a remove fear. All right. What are my saving throws looking like? Still about the same. All right, so everyone's got their spells refreshed. Oops. Good. Not worried about that one remove fear. Okay. Oh, these traffic jams are way too often. Alright. Oh, hang on. People wondering about... So I shouldn't be teleporting too much. Alright, so we'll go ahead and end it here, and we will pick it up in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.